So today we're going to be learning how to make a Christmas tree. So these are great little ornaments, and what I'm going to be showing you is how to turn them on the lathe, and then how to attach the string to attach it to where you can hang on your Christmas tree. And these are make great little gifts either for your friends and family or to sell at little craft fairs. So let's get started. Alright, so here are all the materials that you will need to make your little Christmas tree. So first you have this super glue, which is going to be used for gluing the string onto the ornament. And then you have the accelerator, which makes it cure a lot faster, and I use the Starbond medium. And then for the string, you can just get this clear stretch cord from like Walmart or your local hobby store. And then you just need a pair of scissors for trimming off the amount that you need. These are the lathe tools that you will need for making this project. You have the diamond shaped carbide tool, which is meant for cutting in the grooves, and then you have the round carbide tool, which is great for the shaping, and I'll show you that later on in the video. You then also need, for safety, your safety glasses and your hearing protection and a mask, because it creates a lot of sawdust and is not good to breathe in. Then this is for adjusting the tool to hold your blank, and today we're going to be using a piece of Bacote, and Bacote is an exotic hardwood. And you can get pin blanks. These pin blanks are like an inch by an inch by about 5 inch. So works great for making like 5 little Christmas trees out of one. And then for finishing them, all we'll do is we'll just dip them in this mineral oil and then we'll set them out to dry. Alright, so today we're going to be using the Jet Mini lathe. It's a 10 by 15, and we're going to be turning the trees at 3,600 RPM. So we're going to take the chuck and we're going to open it up, insert the blank, bring the tailstock up, and then we're basically just going to center it the best that you can, and that'll just help with removing the least amount of material to get your trees round. So after I get where I want it, you just want to tighten it. You want to get this pretty tight so that it doesn't come off the lathe while you're turning it. And then again, bring the tailstock all the way up, hold it down. Adjust the knob in the back that locks this in place to keep this from moving, and then you'll turn the knob, which will push this into the pin blank, which will make it even more secure. And then we're going to tighten that down to where that's not going to move, and now you're ready to start turning. So first we're going to go ahead and adjust the tool rest to where you bring it up, and you want to make sure that nothing's hitting, so you always want to rotate it before you tighten it. And then we'll go ahead and tighten it, and you want to make sure that the rest is not too high or too low. So what we'll do is we'll take our round carbide tool and we'll hold it up, and you want this to be centered with the center of this, and it looks like it's pretty good. So now we're ready to start turning, and we're going to start off with the round carbide tool. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on and get this started. Then one of the best ways to figure out if your piece of wood is round and no bumps is to just put it on there. See, if you put it on here, it bounces, but right here, it bounces a bit, so we're still not quite there. Then one of the other ways to check is to just turn off your lathe. And it's pretty well, except for this part right here. So we're going to go ahead and pull off the tailstock. So first we'll loosen this and untighten it. You want to unloosen the back one and pull it off. Now you have to be careful because this is no longer supported, so it's going to be a lot less stable. So you'll want to make sure you go really slow. There we go, and then basically what we did is we just rounded off the end of it to make that a bit smoother, which is going to be for the bottom of the Christmas tree. It's like the little base is in. Next we're going to take our sharp diamond shaped tool, and we're going to go ahead and start cleaning that up a bit, and then we're going to go ahead and make it the base a lot more profound. Just like that. So then it kind of adds a little indentation in it, and I'll give you a closer up on that. So as you can see right here, there's a little indentation in there, and that's going to be for the bottom of the Christmas tree to make it look a bit nicer. Alright, so what we're going to do next is we're going to bring out the tailstock, but first you want to make sure you turn off your lathe, just for safety. Then you want to bring it up, push it up against there as best as you can, tighten the back one, and you're going to go ahead and tighten this knob again. And make sure everything's good and secure. You're going to go ahead and turn back on the lathe. Now you're going to take the round carbide tip, and what you're going to do is you're going to start getting the rough shape of the Christmas tree. There we go. And you're basically making it into like a cone. Now you still want to leave enough thickness to where whenever you start doing the rest of the shaping, you're not going to break off the Christmas tree. So next we're going to take our diamond shaped one, and we're going to go ahead and start carving out the inside of the Christmas tree. There. And you basically just take and you push the tool in at about a 45-degree angle, and that will get the nice lines that you want. And then each time what's going to happen is there's going to be a little bit of what I call fuzzies on top. So what you can do is you can take and just lightly scrape that off, and that will get it nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead and do the second one, and we're just going to keep going. Alright, so now that we got about 3/4 of it turned, we're going to go ahead and swap back over to the round carbide tip. We're going to open this up a bit more to give us a bit more working room. And that just helps remove more material a lot faster. So then back to our diamond shaped one, we're going to go ahead and take it off a bit more. And then each Christmas tree is going to be a little bit different, and it's just up to personal preference. So this is probably going to be the last one I do, and so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and clean off some more of it and make it a really nice thin point. First, we're going to go ahead and widen this first one a bit, though, and then just get this hole a bit bigger. Now, you want to be careful that you don't hit any of the others, because what can happen is they can chip out. So then we're going to go ahead and take, and we're going to widen this a bit. And basically just taking the point, pushing it in, and then just rotating the tool with my right hand. Alright, so then now that we have it pretty much turned down to the final size, we're going to go ahead and take some sandpaper, and this is just some 120 grit. Then you just fold it in half like that, and you just tap it about in between each one. And then you can kind of just hit the top part. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stop the lathe. And then we're going to go ahead and adjust this and take this back tailstock off. Just like that. So then now the Christmas tree is pretty loose once we get down a bit more. So we're going to have to be very careful that we don't chip out. There we go. And you can go ahead and stop the lathe. And there's the Christmas tree. So now that we have it all turned, let's go ahead and take and oil it. Alright, so next we're going to go ahead and take the mineral oil, and I just keep it in a jar because it's nice and easy. Just take your little Christmas tree, and I like to start with the top part, where you can then dip the bottom in, kind of let it drip off, take it and flip it over, dip that, then you just want to kind of shake it off like that. Then we'll set it on here, and if you're doing a whole batch of these, then you can just let them all sit there, kind of soak in a bit more. For this one, we're going to go ahead and just dry it off because it doesn't really need to soak in too much. About like that. And now we're ready to go ahead and add the string to it. Alright, so next we'll go ahead and take this cord, and then we're just going to unravel it a bit. Then I usually just eyeball about how much you need. So about like that much is all you need. Alright, so then I just like placing the little Christmas trees in these little bench top holes, and they work great as soon as the Christmas tree is not too small, which is someone is not. So then we're going to take the super glue, and I have a fine applicator tip on it. Then we're going to go about 1-2 rings down, and then we'll go ahead and put a bit of super glue on there, just like that. Then we'll take and hold the accelerator in your right hand. You can hold the string on there, and then just spray a bit of accelerator, and that'll just help it cure faster. So now the Christmas tree is all done, and yeah, so I'll show you what it looks like.